Yes, people. No intro as of yet, but that does not matter because we're still smiling. We're gonna get dimples from smiling. We just got to witness Ruud ball. You know, we scored 5 goals against the opposition that's in the Premier League. You know, it's good times to be a Man United fan, man. Yeah, baby. And you know what? Even both their goals, one was a wonder goal, you know, and the other one, obviously, posting in, and the other one, you know, we just said, you know what, have a go. Like, you know, you want to go? Go on, you know what, have one. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll chuck in 10, 15 minutes. We'll chuck in 10, 15 minutes in the second half. If you can do us, you know, we'll see. Fair game. And then afterwards, you know, we'll have our time. And then Bruno Fernandes puts a nail in the coffin. Yeah, that goal was naughty, by the way. So do smash the like button on the way in. Do subscribe if you're new. Consider it is a Man United channel. I feel like I'm a bit too close. Let me edit my camera quick. That'll do. Much better. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man, because there's a bit of news. You know, we had some Ruud Van Nistelrooy quotes yesterday as well about Man United. And again, as much as you like it or not, it slightly is a little bit emotional. Like it'll be a tough one. I would like to say anyway. It'll be tough a little bit because you know you just it's that memories. You get a little bit sentimental with all of it. So yeah, man. But if you let their nose, you know, Amorim has signed his deal, lads and ladettes. Yeah, man. I can't believe it. And against Leicester City, if you didn't know, Bruno Fernandes recorded his 150th and 151st goal involvement for Man United, becoming the 7th player overall to do so in Europe's Big 5 leagues in all comps. He had an absolute blinding game yesterday, and I hope there's more to come from that. If that's the Bruno Fernandes we can get week in, week out, and a bit more refined, then I'm happy. I'm happy with him. Honestly, I really am. I thought he was fucking amazing yesterday. Sorry for swearing, but he was sublime. He was sublime. So yeah, man, we're gonna have an absolute new manager today, expected to manage against Ipswich Town away in his first game, and I think his first home game would therefore be. Would that be Leicester City again? It might actually be Leicester City. I think so. You know. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Oh, I think I'm right there. Yeah, it would be because if I remember. So yeah. Okay, and also we're getting some new coaching staff as well. We're getting a new. I think we're getting 3 or is it 5 coaching staff plus a sports scientist? I think so. Anyways, but hopefully you lot. Hopefully you got your. Look, I've got a coffee today. I don't really drink coffee, but my missus was getting on to me saying, you know, if you're gonna do this morning things, then you need to get at least a coffee down you every so often, just to get yourself a little bit of caffeine. Nothing can go amiss with that. Tea is good, but it's not like it can give you a boost like coffee. So I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. Latte is because I can't stand the rest of coffees. But big up everyone in the building. Big up Z, who's here saying subscribe and also smash the likes. We've got man like MV says 2.5 year plus 1 year option. I think so. 2.5 years. I will go through that. Big up Usman as well. He says daily reminder: Ten Hag is no longer our gaffer. Big up Sundance Kids as well. Big up Naf in the building, which will be going over very soon. We got Paddy in the building. We got Dan. Hopefully you're feeling better. Let me know how your health is, my friend. Big up Mustafa. Lebo's in the house. Who else we got? We got man like I Am Legend as well, because you said you found this channel yesterday. So big up here. So you returned. Amorim confirmed. Ruud with a big wing. Bruno got a goal. Casted. Oh my word. We might have to talk. You know what? We're gonna have to talk about yesterday a little bit. And I know if Georgie comes in here, by the way, Georgie's gonna oh, his first home against Bodo Glimt. Oh, fair enough. But I meant, oh, is it Everton? Yeah, that's what I mean. His first Premier League game, anyways, at OT. But yeah, no, I know Georgie's going to come in here. Georgie's a Leicester fan. Big up Georgie, right? And he's going to say, oh, but we played our B team. He's already confirmed, which in theory is right. You know, they did play a team that's not really that they used to. So it is what it is. But for me, it's more like United barely had an 11. You know, like when you deep it, we're back into square one where we were last year, except the injury's a little bit different. Like if you look at our bench, bar Hoyland and Ahmad, that bench is horrendous. Like no disrespect to the youngsters, by the way, because obviously we don't know how good they are or you know how bad they could be potentially. But We barely have an 11. Like, when you deep it, Man United barely have an 11. We don't have no midfielders. Cobby's still out. Ericsson's unknown injury. We got Agate and Casemiro who look quite solid together. But let's not act like we didn't see them get run through a couple times by Samare and Skip. And luckily, their quality is not there. Like, I saw them get dipped a couple times, right? But the energy and getting back and recovering was obviously second to none. You know, who else have we got? Bruno. But bar that, who else have we got in midfield? Everyone's injured. Everyone's out. You know, our back line was all right. It was solid enough. And other than a couple goals that we conceded, which was unfortunate. The licked headed the ball into Delow's face. and then it just landed in front of them. Obviously, Beyinde was in goal. You know, Alessandro at left back is kind of moving me a little bit more, I suppose. But obviously, his recoveries ain't the best. So that's not really a position I want to see him. Okay. Mazraoui, apparently, everyone's got forced onto the bench. Apparently, Mazraoui is actually... it has a knock forced onto the bench. So, and that's the reason why they didn't come on in the end. So, yeah, man, it's just United injury struck right now. And I hope it's enough to go and beat Chelsea. And hopefully it's enough confidence to go into the Sunday game and go do what we need to do. So, yeah, that Bruno goal was very, very, very cheeky. I must admit, if that ball roll, it spun me. How about this? It sent me as well. It sent me left. It sent me left as well. Because I swear on my life, I had no idea. So yeah, it is what it is though, isn't it? So onto better things as well. I need to check this Ruud comments as well again. Because he said yes, you know, he was giving it the big one yesterday. And I loved it. And you know what I didn't get about Ruud yesterday? He mentioned, I know he got it wrong, right? But he was he said QPR. He said QPR. I was thinking like, wait, hold on. He said Fenerbahce. He said I think he said West Ham as well, and I think that he said QPR. I was like, thinking like, wait, what? QPR? Who are you talking about? Did you mean someone like Southampton? I have no idea. But whoever he disrespected, I fully support it because you got to support the Rudy Reds. We need to flip Wheatley and Collier. Their cameos never show me anything. Call it harsh, but we're struggling with FFP. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna be the one that gets under Collier too much. I'm not really seen him play. Like, I think he's a solid player. I don't think he's been given a chance. Maybe he needs a loan, but I'll wait on Collier. He might not be the most, when it comes on the eye, he might be the greatest in the eye, but I'm willing to give him a chance. We need to be able to give somebody who's got a chance. But when it comes to striking options, I'm not mad sold on Wheatley as of yet. I think we need to give him a loan as well. Like, I think he needs a loan somewhere. So in January, I hope we give him a loan that somewhere where he can go and thrive, because he's not, again, let's not try to get on any of our youngsters too tough, even though they might not be the greatest things in the world, or they might not look like they're the part. You just never know. I think they need some consistent ball time, and then we can go and judge them from there. You know, a bit like Hugo. I'm quite excited for Hugo's future at United potentially. You know, I think he's definitely got. There might be something there in it for someone who's tall as him, link up as him. He likes to run channels as well. Well, I said link up as him, as good as link up as he provides, and then obviously the channels that he runs into. There could be something there, maybe, anyways, man. And he's got a good finish on him, so yeah. Modern football fans are mad. It's like they expect ever 18-year-olds to be the finished product. Yeah, sometimes I think we all get ahead of ourselves with some youngsters that are good or not. Because some you can just tell off the bat if they're amazing. Because obviously, when it comes to youngsters, giving opportunities is one thing, but being able to stay in a squad is another thing. Like, we used to be in a part. If you have to be seriously at that level. You have to seriously be at that level to stay in the club, because even if you're just good, it's not going to play a part, right? So. Yeah, man, look, there's all to see with Man United youngsters. Our academy is absolutely serious. Our academy's levels. So I'm very excited for the future, man. Like, James Fitzgerald as well. You know, you got Jack Fletcher as well. Two absolute borders. Can't wait for Cher Lacey. Another one. There's another one as well. Is his name? Oh, who's it? Is it Ethan Williams? Maybe. I think it's Ethan Williams. Another one. Ibrahimov, I think, how do you say his name as well? He's another one. Ibrahimov. I don't know how to say his name exactly, so I don't want to disrespect his name. But there's a lot of good youngsters coming through at United, and I really want, and we're not talking just good youngsters. We're talking quality. Yeah, but not all of them can fit at United, unfortunately. Maybe though, we might get a class of 25 or class of 26. So yeah, man. Yeah, we did sell Alvaro Fernandez and Kovar because he had no faith. Kovar, it was an absolute howler. Letting him go was a howler, and Alvaro Fernandez letting him go. Yeah, Ibrahimov, yeah, him. And letting go, what's it called? Alvaro Fernandez. I think it might have been PSR reasons, but we could have really done with this guy. We could have developed him the last couple of years. I think another one is a howler. But one thing that we do know is at least with our new gaffer, yeah, Amorim, still agreed. He gives youth chance. Like he's not afraid to use the youth, and I really like that. And you know what? We got sold on Ollie using the youth. We got sold by Ten Hag wanting to use the youth, but they're not fearless. You know, when it comes to using and they always had some sort of fear of trust or something. So I know he has a buyback clause, but I'm so excited for this Amorim manager. I'm so excited to see something absolutely brand new. You know, like, don't get me wrong, the Portuguese league is better than the Dutch league and whatnot, but I'm not going to say this guy's going to revolutionize the Manchester United to be the best thing again, but it's definitely going to revolutionize the way we play. Definitely going to revolutionize the way we look, the way we set up, you know, the way we go forward, the way we defend. So it's all something brand new. It's like a shiny new toy, and we've got the shiny new toy syndrome, and I'm all for it. And apparently it's a 2.5 year with a 1 year option as well, which is a smart deal. In case it does go left, then obviously it's not that long and you can move on. But if he's deserving of anything, I'm pretty sure it's a bog standard manager contract, isn't it? So I'm happy that we got Amorim in the end. I did have my reservations about him at first. So yeah, man. Wait once. I need to update timestamps. Otherwise, people that watch this back might not be able to find stuff or when we here. But do smash the likes. What likes are we on? We're on 43 likes. Can we get this to 100 likes? Can we get this to 100 likes, people, man? Come on, you can hear my voice. Yeah, Kai Rooney's at 14 though, so he's got a long way to go. He's got another like 5 years, so we'll see what happens there. I'm excited for Anthony as wing back. What a simplified role. Yeah, maybe as well, man. But yeah, look, it's been reported anyway. Laurie Whitwell came out this morning. He says, and he's obviously the tier 1 rep for United, and he is shameless. You know what it is with him? He's a top red. He's definitely a top red, and you know what? If he's the source, then that we have to go to at times, then it is. But he says, agree deal with Sporting for release of Ruben Amorim. Start date set for international break with a fee of 11 million euros. Sporting wanted Amorim to stay for games versus Man City and Braga. United satisfied. Amorim expected to be in charge versus Ipswich on November the 24th. So that's that. And I'm pretty sure Chris Wheeler also come out with a statement as well. But you know what is with Chris Wheeler, right? Yeah, you know what it is with Chris Wheeler? What I just don't, which is annoying because when I clicked on the Daily Mail and obviously, look, he set down his pointers, but I go look in the mail, right? And I thought, yeah, you know what? He's going to have a breakdown because I would like to know who these coaches are. He's got coaches, he's got 4 coaches coming with him, right? Fernandez, Candido, Ferro, and Vital, right? And he's got a sports site and it's called Barrera coming through. And I'm thinking, cool, like, let me know which, like, let me know about these guys. Like, what's their roles? Who's the coaches? Who does what? And we're expected to pay about 9.2 million in total for all of it, all of them even. So, which is fine. I think it's a good enough deal. It's roughly going to potentially go up to something like 10.5 million, maybe. So yeah, man. But he's bringing 4 of his coaches. But I would like to know about some of these coaches, and I have no idea what that is. You know, I really want to know what it is. I want to know now. You know, when you're hungry, you want to get some what they specialize in. I want to know what their roles were before. I want to know all about. I want to be educated. I feel like you guys want to be educated as well. So that's on me. That's on that as well. Like, so yeah. Do you think his Ruud times as an assistant with Ten Hag will ruin his managerial reputation? I don't think so because right now he's got, all right. This could go 2 ways with Ruud, right? In my opinion. If we you know what, we'll talk about it afterwards. Let's just keep talking about Amorim right now. And then we'll talk on Ruud as well. Let me star that comment. It's a good comment, to be fair. So yeah, man. But how do you not feel about the 3-4-3? Like, we're officially off 4-3-2-1. How do you not feel about it? Be honest. Give your honest thoughts in that. We're gonna go into the Ruuds comments and we're gonna talk about what Emma said there as well, which is actually, you know what, it's a good question. So if you look got any good questions, do filter them through. They will be very much appreciated. Big up Travis as well, man. We get rid of Rashford and we'll move forward with his hindrance on and off the field. Ruben, I feel, is this one. He'll bring back the glory days. Well, something about what I was reading about Amorim is that he's literally he's a zero tolerance manager. Like, he doesn't take bullshit. You know, he's very firm with his players as well. You know, he doesn't take crap. You know, he's got his ideas, he's got his ideals. You know, he's got his principles and whatnot. And, you know, the players do fall in line. And he does stick to his words at more time. Obviously, with the players, apparently they were annoyed that why they didn't leave Sporting is because he gave the word that this season he wasn't going to go nowhere. But obviously, when United come through, even they understood that it's too much of a good offer to turn down. You get more money, a little bit as well. So he got paid quite well at Sporting. And obviously, you're moving up in the world of in the leagues. Whoever Sporting's new manager is probably gonna have a hard time adjusting, maybe. But a lot of these players are gonna be up for sale. So yeah, man. And then yeah, I'm excited for it. Cassie will make us dynamic again, I hope, and give a lease of life to some of these players. I agree. Good afternoon. Big up to yourselves. Good morning to yourself, Noble. When it works, 3-4-3 can be very good for attacking. I feel 50-50 with it, Cassie. It won't suit us, but hopefully we can put his foot down from day one. 3-4-3 will be good depending on who the four are, to be honest. You mean in the midfield going across the line, isn't it? Yeah, because we've gone through it for the last 3 days. Who's currently probably who's the best, what the best squad is, or best 11 is, and a current one who's going to be the best there. So it'd be interesting, but he won't come in. We won't see none of that. Kobe will be back by the time he comes through. Ericsson will be there as an option. You know, Yoro will be back then as an option. Maguire will be back there as an option. I'm pretty sure everyone that's meant to be injured, even the likes of Luke Shaw, Malacia is already training anyway, so he should be back as an option. So he's got all the tools that he needs for sure. So yeah, there's no excuses. And obviously in 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure he can get what he needs to get through. A lot of the players might go through international duty. I'm not too sure who from United might get international duty. Maguire, let's go through it again. Like, Amorim should have his players. Like, mine is just back, not going to get called up. Rashford, I don't think he's going to get called up. Ahmad hopefully doesn't get called up. Hopefully he stays around. Højlund will probably go. Who else is there? Yeah, Ericsson maybe go, but the rest of them, Bruno Fernandes, Agate, of course. So yeah, a couple. We should have a majority of the batch of players anyways. So I think so. But you know what? I saw this with, I'm going to start doing reactions, yeah, as videos through the international break. And I'm going to go through different tacticos and go through like what they do. Like, you know, like James Lawrence, Alcott, Statman, Dave. A lot of them, I'm going to guess them not going to do a couple more Amorim videos and how they set up and yada, yada, yada. I'm going to go through them and I'm going to react to them and see what they think. And then I'm going to go through what Paul Scholes said as well. Because you know what it is, yeah? Like, obviously, Paul Scholes is... he doesn't know much about the Portuguese league. He admittedly said that. And he didn't... Like, he's optimistic. But he's obviously, at the same time, he's very reserved with Amorim. Like, obviously, we've always known to be playing that 4 at the back. But just because we're going to 3 at the back, just because it's not a new way of us playing doesn't mean it's going to fail all of a sudden. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? And obviously, that's where he's looking. Where when I was looking at Paul Scholes' comments, and he said, we get a little bit more of a showcase from him when he plays. Who's it? Is it Manchester City and Braga? I think he's got both of them, and then that should be his audition more time. But for me, it's just like we don't know 3 at the back, so obviously we're going to be reserved about it. But at the same time, a lot of comments are saying along the lines that it suits more like Chelsea. But Chelsea at one point had to go to 3 at the back. Who did they first go 3 at the back? Was it Conte? Was it Conte that would provided that first? I'm in belief it was, because I don't think Mourinho would have. So at one point, something has to change and something has to give, and we've got to get used to that. And I think it's unfair to say that you only suit this team, because this day and age, most teams technically play with 3 at the back anyways. Everyone plays like a 3-1-6 or a 3-2-5 or some sort of weird formation that doesn't make sense in build-up or in possession. There's rarely anyone that has 4 at the back these days. Do you know what I mean? So the way that I look at it is like, at least give it a chance. You know, they won like a 3-4-3. Yeah, exactly. A 3-4-3 has won the league before in their first season. You know, we talk about winning Simeone Inzaghi. Again, 3 at the back. Bastoni, a bit more of a different system, 3 at the back, though. as well. It's not. I think you know when it comes to some of these pundits, yeah, and like big up Paul Scholes, he's a legend. I don't really like criticizing legends too much, but I hate sometimes when, for me, anyways, is when they don't comprehend tactics well. And you're meant to be a pundit. You're meant to be a football player. You're meant to know these things. When they think a three at the back means you're going to play five at the back. And that's not Amorim's way of playing. Five at the back is not it. You rarely see them have playing as a five. It's more like a 3-5-2. Even when defending, it's not always a five at the back, really. You know, don't get me wrong, you have to get back like any winger would, but it's not like that. It's a way more attacking system, if anything. We talk about Man United, attack, attack, attack. Like we talk about possession. There you go. That's a system. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll see. And obviously we'll have to chop and change. But I don't see that happening. It's just a shame that we can't go and show it against Chelsea this Sunday. So Ruud is gonna have to go batter him. So yeah, man, big up to everyone that's in the building. What's our likes on at the moment? Make sure you like and subscribe, people, man. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, the wing backs are essentially wingers. We've gone through this in the last 1, 2, 3 videos. Do you know what I mean? What phase is Ruud in? I think he's going into his second phase, I believe. So yeah, we'll talk about that anyways. And you know what? If I saw another one, and sorry to get tactical on you lot, but Mr. Link showed me a video, and it was PSV. It was Ruud van Nistelrooy breaking down PSV versus. It was PSV versus Ajax, and I thought Ruud likes a 4-2-3-1. Yesterday, we kind of saw that, anyways. We saw like pretty much like a 4-4-2, right? 4-4-2-3-1. It can change into however he wants to look. But against the Ajax one, when he had Branthwaite, by the way, like he played like a three at the back, and his 2 wide men were actually wingers as well. But the difference is his left winger was right-footed, and he would cut inside. And he actually deployed like a 3-2, something a little bit similar to Amorim. And I was like, wait, what? Hold on. This guy plays so similar to the way Amorim wants to play. And then he comes up with the comments yesterday, and it makes me wonder if he will have a role at Manchester United with Amorim, right? Because you're going to need a lot of coaching staff regardless. This is what Ruud van Nistelrooy said yesterday. The club said it will be good, it will be short term. That was very clear. So when the club said it's short term, it's like the club knew that Ten Hag was getting sacked all along, right? Because why would you bring him on short term? Am I right or wrong about that? Look, he said the club said it will be short term. Oh, he's talking about his interim role. Maybe I got that one wrong. That was very clear. As long as possible, I will do this job and get this team going and give everything that I have in me. After that, we will have to see. But I have to say, I came here as an assistant. This role, again, I will carry out as long as it's needed. And after that, in any capacity, I'm willing to support the club and build and make it better in any way possible. I do wonder if Ruud can stay on. I do wonder if Ruben Amorim might like his work ethic, his personality, and obviously respect him as well at the same time. I do wonder I hope that he can be kept on at this rate. Because at the end of the day, as much as we like new coaching staff and everything, yada, 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 we do need people that know the winning culture still, that know the club a little bit. I wouldn't say Ruud knows the club inside out. He was only here on a short stint, but he knows what it means to win in it, and he knows what it means to attack. And I'm pretty sure if he likes the free system as well, which he's deployed against like an Ajax Ten Hag team, by the way, I believe it was a Ten Hag team as well. If not, it was just an Ajax team. Then he should be kept on, really. But he might I don't know where he will see his role. He might have to leave straight away, but he wants to stay and he's hungry. So, and that's what's important. We need not just the players to be hungry. We need the coaching staff to be hungry. We need everyone wanting to win and being on the same page. Too much sentiment. You reckon too much sentiment? I don't think it's too much sentiment. I don't think it's important. You can keep. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy is tactically astute. Like, I think he's good enough. No joke, I think he's good enough. And he's good, and I think he'll be good to have around. You know, as long as they see eye to eye and they get along. I think the most important thing is let Amorim do whatever he wants to do, right? He will set up how he needs to set up. But I'm pretty, like, you know, when it comes to coaching staff, there is a few coaching staff. There's a few roles within United. I'm pretty sure Ruud can have some sort of support role. Like he said, he'll help in any way he can. And you know what? Right now, I think United has provided him a great opportunity to, even if it's not in on the club, right? Even if he's not at the club, he's got a great showcase against Chelsea. He's got a great showcase for next week against Leicester and midweek as well. I'm pretty sure we got a Europa League game. So he's got another 3 games, I believe, where he can showcase why he's a great manager, and he might get a role from that. I think he could go get somewhere. I'm pretty sure he can go back to the Dutch league, but this guy's ambitious. I don't know who's next or the latest to get sacked, but if he goes and beats Chelsea with this United team, I'm pretty sure that puts him high up on the managerial list for other clubs. But at the same time, I think Ruud has, what it is, yeah? Why I believe it should be important to keep Ruud. A lot of these players are going to have to get to know Amorim and his coaching staff who speak good English and good whatnot, yeah. But Ruud already knows this group already. And sometimes you pick a dressing room and you can get, and you know what, you can filter information and whatnot about players. And that usually comes through coaching staff who know the players a little bit more. It's a little bit more personal typically, right? Because you're with them every single day. You know their lifestyles. Obviously their personal lives as well. I think keeping Ruud around could be very beneficial. Even if it's a little bit more short term, I do believe you can keep him on. And stuff like that matters. Obviously this day and age is a different kind of era, right? Where players are more emotional, I reckon. And it's not like 10, 20, 15 or 15 years ago even. I think it'll be good to have him in some sort of role for the time being anyways. Especially like integrating the players with the coaches and back and forth. He speaks good English, and I think he's good. I think Ruud's willing to work. I think it's already been said about Ruud van Nistelrooy that he's willing to work, So yeah. I know he's got new coaches. Yeah, Ruud, but there's more coaches you can have. They're professionals, at the end of the day. Don't you think? It's a big up Theo, by the way. So leave Ruud out, new coach plans, let Amorim and his coaches team cook. They can cook. They can still cook. They can still do their own thing, in my opinion. But it doesn't mean you can't have more. Like, obviously, there's room for other coaches. He's going to have to bring other... he's going to have to bring it. Like, he's got his team, but you're going to have to bring more as well. Like, it's not just... All right, they said he's bringing 4 coaches and a sports analyst. Do you think 1 sports analyst and 4 coaches is enough to manage a group of squads? There's so many different roles. It depends what Ruud specializes in, innit? Obviously, if he's got a coach that's in a way of what he does, which is more than likely because he was our defensive coach, then I'm pretty sure he's got his own defensive coach. So, yeah, I think that's going to be too... I think that can be done, man. You're being too emotional. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I'm not going to hide from that at all. Wait, 1 sec, you lot. Let me see this. Cass, would you have been happy with Ruud as a permanent manager? No chance. Nah. Not for me. Nah, we need... Again, I think this is... If this was a big up Hooks for the raid, by the way. So, big up Hooks, man. Lovely, man. I appreciate you a lot. I'm going to be over and nap in like a few minutes. So we are paying Ruud to hang around. No more wasting cash for jobs. No. I think there's a role. It's not wasting money. I think there's a role in it, in my opinion. But this is where we go back to. Where is it? What name? Is it Neymar? Is that Neymar? I don't want to butcher your name. Let me know how to say your name properly in the comments, and I'll say your name correctly, if you don't mind. But it's what Neymar saying. If we put Ruud in charge, then I think this is definitely it. And me supporting it, that's us being too emotional, too sentimental, which this fan base is an issue with. I fully agree. So I don't think having Ruud fully in charge would have been the greatest option. I think we need someone that's more experienced. We need someone that's been doing this for at least a good 3, 4, 5 years, and is respected more in the game. Ruud's had 1 stint. I don't think that's going to be I don't think that would have been the greatest option. Do you know what I mean? But I do think he's got a role within this club, some role. But if you can't fit him, then so be it. But I would like to see that he has a role in it. You just got to appreciate people that are hungry, and people that are actually good at their jobs. And this is where it says, do you think Ruud's time as an assistant with Ten Hag will ruin his managerial reputation from Enma from earlier? I don't think so. He was only here for a short time, and everyone could see that Ruud is the one that was taking over. And I think with his with the new next few games, we'll probably find that. That he will showcase that he can manage, and it'll be a good role for him. It'll be good. And if it's like I said, especially if he beats Chelsea, then he's definitely going to be high up. But you know what? Yeah, we're going to have a conversation, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later because I've got to go over to Never a Foul, which we're going to talk about all the games, well, a few of the games, anyways. And one of them is actually Joshua Zirkzee. Yeah, I'm sorry, like I'll give him, we'll give him a chance. As a United fan base, we need to give him a chance, and we need to see who thrives under Amorim. But in theory, anyways, or at least on paper, I just don't see where he fits in. Yeah, I don't see where he fits in. You know, and I got a feeling he might not adapt to what we want. He might do though. He could play one of the tens, but you know, for the nines, I see Hoyland taking that spot. I reckon at this current moment of time, we'll give Xerxes the time he needs. He is. We need to give him the season anyways, or at least another 6 months before we judge him correctly, and then we'll go from there. But I don't see how he survives in this team at all. I think Ericsson, Mason Mounts, Bruno Fernandes, Amads, I think they get more of the nod for me in them tens. You know, he needs to adjust very much so. And that might make space for Gyökeres in the summer. Because I'm pretty sure Amorim's going to want another striker. If we're lacking goals or we need more goals, we're going to be looking at Gyökeres 100%. I'll promise you that now from early. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. 2 months and we're negative already. Who supports him if the ops are on him already? Yeah, I agree. Look, you know what it is though. We're supporting him, but it doesn't mean you can support someone, but you can be critical. I think it's fair to be critical because otherwise, if you go overly positive and don't criticize what we need to, then we're just being giddy and just being toxic positives. We don't need to be toxic positives in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want him to do better. And I think, like Ahmad at the moment, by the way, who again is not escaping criticism, I think a lot of these players are lacking confidence. Gyökeres is deemed to be 60 million in the summer, by the way. 60 million pounds. I don't think he's too expensive. He's not 80 million no more, 60 million. So yeah, man, make sure you smash the likes, people, as well. We're on 104 likes, so we got over that target. Big up to yourselves as well. Let me make sure I don't miss this out quickly. So yeah, we need to give a lot of these all of these players a fresh start. Of course, I think that's fair. But for me, it's like a lot of them. In theory, I don't see how it's going to be that way, innit? Yeah, you can be. It is the unknown. But I'm optimistic. I think it's optimistic for them. I want to see how Xerxes plays in the tens or the nines. He could surprise all of us. It's a bit like who said it? Someone said it. Who was it? Someone said it. Was it Capello? He was saying, look how much he was thriving in Bologna and he was doing what he wants to do. In England, you don't have time to think. You know, you get tackled. So yeah. Now everyone gets a fresh chance. Every single player gets a fresh chance, and we'll see how they perform. We'll know he should know who's good and who's not good. So, yeah. But anyway, look, big up to everyone. I'm going to be live later on. I should be live later on. We're gonna have a little bit of a gander at little things and bits and bobs. I've got some content planned for us tomorrow as well. I might put out a video. Might do 5 things we learned. Might do something a little bit different, anyways. But other than that, do go over to Never a Foul. All of you go over to Never a Foul. It's going to be a great panel. We've got CB with the Chelsea tears. I'm pretty sure he's got some comments. We've got a new Aston Villa fan as well. And then yeah, you know what we might do? We might do like a little bit of a tier list who Amorim should get rid of in theory again, and who should stay, and yada yada yada. We might do something like that, a little bit more fun. So do go over to Never a Foul. It's going to redirect you right there. So if you stay on this video, it'll go straight over there. Go raid it. Just call Cats Raid, anything like that. And big up to yourselves. If anyone's got any video ideas, put them in the comments because international break's coming up. So I'll definitely need them in a bit.